great to have him back, but we now head into two wheels again, and the sub-10 category joined for the first time by Class K. All the ZX6 youngsters in the class. They'll be starting behind the sub-10s for the first round as they head down into turn one. Oh, Dylan Gray from Natal. Great start there from him. South Coast Motors and Wagner Racing R1. New man to Superbike Racing. He's been spending a bit of time at Desi's Raceway, along with Wyatt Avis, who's also in the field. But it looks like the usual contenders, Ferdinand Frederick, unfortunately not getting a great start. There we go!
Nothing but wheelies from the Class K riders. To that extent, that was Matthew Herbert getting the wheel, all kinds of other. Keagan Govender going into turn one and turn two, one of his first times out at Red Star on the ZX6, so great to have him there. But Dylan Gray, all the way from KZN, right up front already in the sub-10 category.
Ferdy Frederick on his tail. Great start from Liebenberg and Farina. It looks like Sydney Farina pulling away at the front end, with Aiden Liebenberg getting away from both Matthew Herbert and, of course, Taylor Farina, her sister. Both of them on ZX6s for the first time. Used to riding on the Triumph, and, of course, now getting used to the new machinery underneath them. One of them being the X-Check. Oh, write it down!
That's Eric Cook. That's Eric Cook. A strange crash there as he came out of the turn, lost the front, and the other riders doing very well to avoid him and his bike lying in the middle of the track, so unfortunately crashed out. Not a happy man. And
on board here with Wyatt Avis, also with an issue as he goes into pit lane. Oh, what a pity. The ex-motocross champion, of course, multiple South African champion and international rider, unfortunately out of this first race.
Judging by the sound of that bike, it's definitely the bearings that have gone, as Dylan Gray, no such problems for him. Another KZN rider as he comes to the flag on that R1 to take the sub-10 win, just ahead of Ferdinand Fredericks. And this man, Aiden Liebenberg, jumping from the 250 cup bike onto a 600 and takes the Class K win. So just to confirm, Dylan Gray, Ferdinand Frederick, Clive Wright and Rupert Free take the top four in the sub-10s.
Class K going to Liebenberg ahead of Sydney Farina, and then Matthew Herbert, and a great run from Taylor Farina in fourth. Straight into race two now, and this time they've decided to put the 600s in front. Hopefully not going to be caught by those 1000cc riders, but off they go, down towards turn one. Good start from Liebenberg. Looks like he might be the man to beat. He is indeed. And Farina right on his tail. Matthew Herbert tucks in behind them. And Taylor Farina just behind those first three.
Definitely no wheelie control on the ZX6, as we see again. Nothing but front wheels in the air. On board here with Clive Wright. That's a good start. But look at that, man. That's Dylan Gray, our race one winner on the R1. He's up around the outside into second place. And he's going to chase down that man, Ferdinand Fredericks, I think, who's out front with Rupert Free just on their tail.
Yeah, good run there from the man from Four Ways Motorcycles. And around the outside, looks like he's having a little bit of issues there. Getting forced wide ever so slowly there. I think Clive Wright, as you said, getting that fantastic start, all of a sudden is now psyched up and ready to go. At the front of the field, though, the 600's getting away, and these two have been glued together all day long.
And impressive lap times, running in the low 2:02. So Sydney Farina right on the tail of Liebenberg there. That's sister Taylor Farina. Look at this now. The sub-10s have caught up to the ZX6, and that's Ferdinand Fredericks out front with Dylan Gray right on his tail. And look at that, Clive Wright still giving Rupert Free nothing but headaches on that little R6.
That little R6 is great through the corners, as we've seen here at Red Star Raceway. You can run with the front end and with the big thousands if you're able to corner speed and use the corner speed of the 600s. But incredibly, Keagan Govender now also coming under attack from the mid-pack of the sub-10s. He's going to have to keep his eyes on those rearview mirrors because they come in quickly, and Rupert Free will certainly not hold anything back. Checkered flag is standing by, though. Aiden Liebenberg is going to be untouched and untroubled. 9.5 seconds up the road from Sydney Farina. An incredible effort there from the youngster. And here comes the battle for the sub-10s. And Dylan Gray is going to take that one. So Aiden Liebenberg wins out in the Class K ahead of Sydney Farina, Matthew Herbert and Taylor Farina.
In the sub-10s, Dylan Gray, Ferdinand Fredericks, Clive Wright and Rupert Free there in fourth place.
Let's catch up with Matthew Herbert.
It was good. It was my first race back in about a year. Took us a bit of time to get into it. Took us some setup problems, but otherwise we got through it. Managed to get third back, so that's all right.